Yeah, I know it's been a long time. I guess I should just really update you on what's been going on at the moment. I had a job for a while. I was working as a waitress in a cafe. And then I usually worked Saturdays and Sundays. And then one day my manager was like, oh, don't bother coming in tomorrow. It's quite quiet, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. Next day, was like shopping in TK Maxx for my boyfriend. And then she texted me like, oh yeah, we're closing down by the way. And I was like, oh, that is so not cool. So yeah, I lost my job. And then the week later, I got an interview at another cafe at an aquarium. Pretty cool. Yeah, I got that job. And then I've been on holiday in Jersey since. And then I've been back. And I've been working there for, this is probably the 4th week I've been working there, I think. Maybe the 5th? I'm not really sure, but basically I've been working a lot, so I haven't really been able to do videos or whatever. Obviously I don't even know when the last video I did was, it was ages ago. But anyway, this is really going to be a quick update because I haven't actually done much with my ears so far. Last time I was in the process of like stretching down, or downsizing, sorry. I think I might have been like 20 something, I'm not really sure. But basically I got down to 20 mil. And then I left it at that size for about a month or two or something like that. And then I started slowly stretching back up again. So I'm now at 22 and I've been in it for about a month or something like that. And but between 20 and 22, I stretched up little by little on my tunnels. So like say, you know when you have it, and then you've got like, you put tape around it because it's quite a good way to like stretch up quite slowly. But a lot of people use electrical tape, but I find that quite, I don't really know what the word is. I could say materially, like quite, if you cut it wrong, there's lots of thread everywhere, so it gets quite, I don't know, a bit mucky about, I don't really know. So I've been using bondage tape. So if any of you know what bondage tape is, obviously, it is, yeah, thick stuff. And it doesn't stick to anything. Look, if you just put it on you, it doesn't stick. But say if you got a piece and then you wrapped it round something, like your finger, it actually sticks to itself. So then it stays like that. So say, so when you put it on a tunnel, for example, it will stick to itself, and it's more like a latex kind of touch, so it's a lot easier to clean as well. So I find that a lot better than using electrical tape. And it's a lot thinner, so it's easier to like add a tiny bit at a time to like stretch up. So yeah, so I found that a lot easier to use to stretch up to 22 mil. So I basically, yeah, now that I'm 22, I'm going to go to 24 soon. But I would like I need to like slowly stretch up again. But as they're out at the moment, I'm going to show you how quite thick they are. Like, because I don't know if you could see it properly in my first videos about how thin my earlobes were. Just show you there. They were very, very thin. That's the whole point of me stretching down in the first place. But I hadn't even noticed until my boyfriend mentioned it about a month ago, saying about how thick they looked. And I was like, oh, okay, really? And he was like, yeah, they actually look a lot better. So if you can see, I don't want to pull them too much. They are actually a lot better. So the whole thing has actually worked pretty well, and I'm just a bit worried about stretching back up and them getting quite thin again. But as long as I'm doing it properly as I am now, it should be alright. But yeah, that's really all it. I've been doing my jojoba oil massages every day, so it's been really good. And yeah, and also there's only one thing that's been irritating me. Like, I sleep with my tunnels out every night, which is fine. But the thing is, now I've got this job, it says in the rule book you're allowed one small pair of studded earrings, but because I've got tunnels and they've never really dealt with somebody with tunnels before, I'm not allowed to wear them. So for a while I looked sort of like this, where I had to flip my tunnels up to cover them up, but it hurt really badly, so I was like, fuck that. So then I took them out and did the same thing. But then, unfortunately, one day I went to the toilet, had this wrapped around my wrist, quite loosely in fact. It wasn't this one, it was a black one. And then I turned around to flush the toilet, and then it went whoosh, and it went whoosh, down the toilet. I saw it go in slow motion. It was pretty awful. But yeah, anyway, so now it was like, I don't know, it must have been like 10 in the morning, and I was working till like 6 or something, and I was like, shit, what do I do? And I said, oh, is it okay if I just leave them out? And they were like, oh, that's fine. So basically, I sleep them out, which is about 8 hours, and then I have to go to work and have them out all day, which is about 8 hours. So 16 hours a day I have them out, which is kind of crappy. But they seem like they don't shrink at all. They stay the same size, so it's quite good. But anyway, yeah, I've had a lot of comments recently from like people who viewed my videos, and they've been very supportive and very helpful with their advice. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's actually been commenting and viewing my videos, and hopefully I'll carry on to update more often than I have been. And yeah, summer's been great. I hope everyone's summer's good. Yeah, the sun is out. It's been good, apart from last night. There was a fucking horrible thunderstorm. But yeah, have a nice summer. See ya.